The late doctor. Morning everybody, I hope you slept well. I know I did. We were up late last night doing the live stream, watching the daily close, the monthly close, very important closes. So after that I slept well. I hope you slept well as well. I hope everybody slept well. So now we can continue watching the charts and seeing what's actually happening. So I'm gonna try to explain you what's happening on the monthly, the weekly, the daily, all of the time frames, what's happening with the price of Bitcoin, what we are looking at, and there might be nice opportunity right now to get some kind of bottoms in, because maybe, just maybe next week there might be nice pump. I'm not saying we're going to 100k, but there might be nice pump before we continue the move toward downside. On the other hand, it can just drop on the downside as well, because everything looks bad. That said, let's talk about what has happened and what we think it might happen on Bitcoin, going forward. Of course, the monthly close has come in. You can see down here, we just get a monthly close below the 220 moving average up here. Very bad monthly close, unfortunately, and that's not only thing it's bad. It didn't just break one support, it broke two supports. So it broke this 20 moving average, but it also broke this previous low down here at 38,466. So you can see down here that we are having right now a lower low. So this was some kind of low, this is a lower low, the price is technically going towards downside. This is a bad sign, right? We also have a lower high. So this is a, if you remember from back before, we had a higher high, this was going up, everybody bullish, whatever, right? But over here we have a high, and right now we're having a lower high. So we got a lower high on the charts, and also we got a lower lows on the chart. So basically we are going towards downside. Bearish sentiment, guys, bearish sentiment. This is also very bad for the price of Bitcoin. So what I'm thinking right now in the start of the first week, and that's why the reason I'm thinking this can actually go up to some kind of 42k up here. There's some kind of 20 moving average up here before it actually goes down. There's a lot of actually right now signs that are pointing in that this move towards the upside can actually happen before we continue on the downside, and I'm going to explain to you why. But just to finish this off by saying that the monthly time frame does look indeed bad, and the worst case scenario that we could have on the monthly has already happened. So there is no more reason to cry over spilled eggs, right? So let's go to the weekly time frame up here, and you're gonna see here that we are below certain levels of importance right now, and we are right now closing below this 10 and 20 moving average for the third time in a row. So back here, 3 weeks ago, we managed to close below a certain very important level of support. We stayed below the support, and this is continuation of that move towards downside. The best case scenario on the weekly time frame, because today is Sunday, so tonight is gonna close, is staying above this line up here. That's around 37,700. This has also been a very important level of support on the daily time frame, but right now, on the weekly time frame, it's more important. And just for the same reasons, it's important on the monthly time frame, because we got a low here. We do not want to create a lower low on the charts. And the same goes up here. We got a high, and we're still getting this high up here, which is quite nice. But if this goes up here and we are trying to create lower highs, that might be bearish. So right now everything looks nice. We got a low, higher low, all good and then. But if we close 37.7 down here, we might create this low and a lower low, which is a bearish sentiment. I don't think this is just gonna continue dropping down right now, and I think this has more chance to actually bounce back up a little bit. So you can see here this 37.7, very important level of support. There is one thing to notice on the weekly time frame, and it's down here on the RSI. And as you can see right now, there is no divergence on the RSI. So the price is going up, the RSI from the pivot point right now to over here is going towards upside. Everything is nice and dandy, and everything looks nice. But if it just goes a little bit below this line down here, technically the price is going down and the RSI is going a little bit up here. So this might have some kind of recall. If it drops on a big time towards downside, the RSI will probably drop a lot more, and there will be no divergence on the bullish divergence on the charts. So how this actually closes, we're gonna follow that and see whether we get this divergence or not. But it doesn't really matter whether divergence comes in or not. This already looks like it's waiting for the night's close. It's gonna find some kind of bottom down here, and I think next week might just be green week. So I'm not very bearish right now, and I think it might be green week, and you're gonna see exactly why when we come to the daily time frame. But also over here you can see here at the last 5 candles, 1 2 3 4 5 candles has been red candles. So statistically speaking, you know, we are bound to get a green candle eventually, right? So, you know, statistically speaking, of course, statistics, whatever, right? This can definitely create another couple of red candles before we get a green candle, but statistically speaking, this hasn't happened, you know, since 2018. So right now it is happening, but the more time you get these red candles, the bigger probability is, of course, to get a green candle, and that's what we're expecting. But right now everything does look like we're gonna get green candle next week, and I'm gonna explain to you why as well. So as you can see here, very important level to watch tonight, 37.7 as well. And here we come to the daily time frame. Right now you can see that the price is being, you know, price fell down, went up here, and right now it's creating this curvature towards downside, where I think we might get a nice pump towards the upside. I don't think this pump, you know, is gonna go up, you know, to some kind of crazy levels or anything like that, but it might be a nice pump. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So what we're having down here is some kind of falling wedge up here. Very important very important lines of support down here, whether this goes like this or like that, it really doesn't matter. And you can see on the downside we got very nice support hitting up here, 1 2 3 almost 4 times hitting that support. And right now I think we are at some kind of bottom, and that this might actually ricochet towards upside. Now these falling wedges, and maybe this should be something like this, doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe it's all the way something like this. This is a falling wedge. The falling wedges right now, as we just saw, we are hitting some kind of bottoms. They might, you know, break towards upside. In very bearish environments, these things tend to break on the downside and have a big dump on downside, so this can definitely happen. But you know, 5 weekly red candles in a row, I think price needs to consolidate a little bit. I think price needs to chill down a little bit, and I think a move towards upside right now next week is very likely before we, you know, consolidate and go. So how far up are we going? Well, we're going to the top of this this falling wedge. Now this falling wedge doesn't go all the way up here, it actually goes just over here, some kind of 42,000 up here. It might be this 50 moving average in this area up here. So I would expect some kind of rally up here, maybe create some kind of lower low here as well, then went down here and then drop on the downside eventually after that. This would also correspond very nicely with the monthly time frame. I'm going to show you up here. Just like we said, this move towards upside goes up some kind of, yeah, 41.5 thousand levels, retest this red line, this 20 moving average, just go up with, you know, retest it with the wick on the upside, and then, you know, continue on the downside, because this is a monthly time frame, so it can definitely start going up here, retest some previous support levels right now as a resistance levels before we continue on the downside. So you see how nicely everything is playing out and how everything is falling into place. So this move towards the upside right now after this falling wedge up here, we might have a nice rally up there, somewhere up here. I think that will be very nice as well. And as well, again, on the weekly time frame, if we do get that move towards the upside up here, where is it, up here, and then continue down, then we are creating this lower low as well on the chart as well. So will we break right now towards downside? It is very, there is of course probability to just break the very important levels of support down here to the downside and crack everything and get the capitulation going on, but I don't think that's gonna happen right now. I think most probable outcome for this right now, that's happening right now, the next week, I'm not saying, you know, next week or something like that, maybe next 2 weeks or something like that, slowly move towards the upside, the certain resistance up here, right? Certain resistance, they get rejected, then go back down to these levels and then pop on the downside. I think that's the most probable outlook right now. That said, we are having monthly moon. This is the new moon right now popping up, 30th of April. This is also called the black moon. There are 4 actually definitions of the black moon, so you know which definition you use depends on when the black moon is popping up. The definition we're using here pops, you know, very often, but the most rare definition is saying that next black moon is coming in 2033, so you know, that's a little bit ahead of time, so we're gonna see about that. But the new moons are the dump moons, of course, and in any kind of bearish market, the new moons do dump the price on the downside. You can see here we had a full moon up here, but technically this full moon went down, so we are definitely confirming some kind of bearishness to markets on the downside. The new moon should continue dumping on the downside, maybe a little bit something like this, and then on the downside. How this is gonna play out, don't actually know, but the new moon is up on the chart right now, and that's what we're looking at right now. So I don't know how many of you guys are following the moons and liking the channel for that, but you know, we are very strong believers in the moons. We like watching the moons, and you know, as a cherry on the cake after all of the TI, we gotta check the moons out. Right now we got this you know, new moon kicking in. New moon is bearish moon, so you know, there is that. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Check out the live streams. We do a lot of live streams every single day, Monday to Friday, Bitcoin daily, Monday to Sunday, or you know, almost all the time. You know, we got these live streams at evening. Join the club, guys, the fans club. Enjoy the day. It's sunny day over here in Norway. A very nice day. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go out and do some stuff. I hope you're having a nice day. See you again next time. Bye bye.